Housing foreclosure crisis, the number of Americans renting homes has skyrocketed. But many Georgia renters are at a greater risk for property loss or damage. Here with some very valuable advice on how to protect your belongings is Allstate agent Trevor Roseberry. Trevor, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Thank you for stopping by. We appreciate your time.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, well, you know, homeowners coverage is required as a part of most mortgages, but
Correct.
For renters, you don't need to have, there's no requirement for having any kind of insurance.
That is correct.
So tell me, what are some of the top reasons that people don't end up getting renter's insurance?
I'm glad you asked that question. Some of the top reasons are the fact that people, just haven't gotten around to it. So they just basically procrastination is one of the top reasons. One of the second reasons is the fact that they think that renter's insurance is very expensive. So we want to dispel the myth about the fact that it's really not expensive.
Yeah.
And also people think that the landlord covers the items, and that's definitely not the case. Yes.
Wow, okay, yeah, we definitely need to clear that up because that's not the case at all.
That's not the case at all.
And so when you're looking into insurance, you say that it's not that expensive.
Right.
Explain what the finances behind that include.
You know, less than $1 a day. You know, $30,000 of coverage, just for an example. Very important to have replacement costs.
Yeah.
You know, replacement cost allows an insurance company to replace you at today's cost. But we're talking about less than $1 a day, less than a cup of coffee a day.
It's very affordable.
Very affordable.
Okay, so when you're in a position, when you're ready to get the renter's insurance, you have to take stock of what you've got.
Correct.
And take an inventory of your belongings.
Correct.
And a lot of people don't do that either.
No.
Even if they have the insurance.
Exactly.
So what are the steps that you need to take to, you know, get your inventory together?
Great question. It's a great idea to take pictures of the things that you own. You can videotape it, do it by categories, by room, or by category, like I said before. You take pictures of all your jewelry, all your watches, all your shoes, ladies, all your shoes. A good idea, too, is have a written inventory record is really, really good as well. But you want to make sure that whatever you do, whether it's going to be by way of a camera, by way of a video, or written, make sure you keep it away from your premises or store it in your agent's office.
Yeah, you've got to put the list somewhere in a location other than your home.
I recommend that my clients, give me the inventory records because I think it's going to be very rare that something happens to your home and my office simultaneously.
And as you accumulate different belongings, you've got to keep that
update
list
it
current.
every year.
Every year.
It's a good idea to update it every year, but as you purchase new items.
Okay, and also important to give a copy of that list to the agent.
Perfect, yes. Please do that.
Yeah,
Very
all right.
important.
All right, excellent advice. Also, because the last thing you want to have happen, you've already lost your home for many of these folks in these situations.
Correct.
The last thing you want to have happen is to lose your belongings as well.
Yes.
So real important to get that renter's insurance. I also want to talk to you, touch upon the topic of folks who are out of their homes because they can no longer afford to stay in them,
right,
and they're now renting their homes out. Let's talk about how that situation's developed.
Yeah, those are different types of policies. If you're renting your home out, you no longer need a homeowner's policy. You need a landlord policy, or some companies call it rental dwelling policies. The coverage is a little bit different. So that's a very important topic, and hopefully you guys can have me back on the show to talk more about that.
Yeah, because we're seeing that trend more and more, unfortunately.
Very much so.
Unfortunately. I know that our viewers have a lot more questions for you, so we'd love to have you back in the near future.
Love to be back.
Thank you so much for stopping by.
Indeed, a pleasure.
Taking just a few minutes of precaution can really pay off when you're protecting your valuables. Find a link to help you get started on our website at myfoxatlanta.com.